Good day and welcome to Monday of a week at the plot. So it's a new week and the weather is that sort of odd mix of really sunny and then really cloudy. So going from bright sunshine to relatively overcast skies, but still incredibly dry. But anyway, because of that dryness, I've been doing a lot of watering today. And as I've been watering, I think this is the first time that I've started thinking about next year's growing season. Now, for us, if you've been following us, you'll know this. But for us, I believe our growing year is October through to September. So not January to December, but October through to September. The reason being is in October and November, we are planting out our garlic, we're planting out our onion sets, and we're also sowing broad beans, possibly even peas. So that for me is really the start of the growing season. And the end is when we're harvesting most of our squash and our pumpkin, if indeed there are squash and pumpkin to harvest this year. So what I was doing whilst I was watering was thinking about the vegetables and the flowers that I want to grow next growing year, so the next growing season, because I want to make sure that I make a note now of what I want to be planting and growing next year. Now, some people don't really mind about what they grow, and often they might be having a magazine and they'll get seeds through from a packet on a magazine and just go, right, we're going to sow those. I prefer to know what I'm going to be growing and sowing next year. So I'm now making those lists, and effectively it's a new list each year, though often some of the things that you've grown this current year are things that you want to carry forward to next year. So in our case, this year we overwintered broad bean bunyard exhibition. It's a bean that Dad used to grow very regularly, and over the past 4, 5, 6, 7 years, I think I've been growing, or I know I've been growing either aquadulce or super aquadulce. But last year I decided I want to grow Bunyard's exhibition. So I bought the seeds. I made a note of it, bought the seeds, and that's exactly what I'll be doing this year. We also this year grew jet set onions from a spring planting. And what I've decided is I'm going to go back to planting Shakespeare onion sets in the autumn. Now, the real reason that I want to do that is I just love seeing that growth over the winter. It's wonderful when you come down to your plot and you see these shards of green above the ground and sometimes above the frozen ground. And I just adore that. Obviously, we do that with garlic as well. And it's something that just always lifts me when I come down. So this year, this winter, I really want to see our broad bean plants overwintering. So that means from a sowing in October, late October. I'm going to do messidrome garlic again, which did well for us this year. And then I'm also going to do another variety of garlic, but I'm not quite sure which one yet. So I don't want to do an Isle of Wight garlic. I want to do something different. So I was really pleased with the French messidrome. So I may do another French variety of garlic again this year. And then planting up the the Shakespeare onions. They're quite a round onion, and apart from one year have done really well for us. And I know that in the year they didn't do well for us, it was because I allowed too much to grow around the onion as it matured. And that really, really wasn't a good thing. But hey ho, that's what I did. So I'm now making the lists of what I want to sow and grow next year. And as I was going around the garden, going around the allotment rather, I was thinking, yes, that's a type of beetroot I want to have next year as well. Burpee's golden. I also want to have the Chioggia beetroot. However, I don't think I'm going to do a red beetroot. I think I'm just going to keep off the red beetroot. I'm definitely going to be growing fewer types of beans next year. I will still be doing the gigantes and borlotti and runner beans and the Madeira maroon, French bean, which you eat as a pod. And I'll be doing a couple of others. Definitely Bird Rockencore as a pod bean, and definitely Coco de Pampol as a bush bean, which you eat the seed, the bean, rather than the whole pod. So I'm making those notes now. And am I going to do celeriac next year? I don't know. So I need to make a note. Am I going to do celeriac next year? I guess it depends how these celeriac that I have in the ground at the moment do. They seem to be doing well, but I would like to have some celery as well. So maybe instead of doing just celeriac, I do half celeriac and half celery. So those are the type of notes that I'm making. Also potatoes. I know that I want to have a go at possibly a pink fir apple next year, or I want to have a really waxy early potato. The potatoes that we tend to do, I don't find they're that waxy. They're early potatoes, Charlotte, Rocket, and we've done Ulster Prince this year. I'll definitely do Rocket next year because we like it. But I want to do a really waxy potato next year, or early potato next year. And main crop potato, I'm only going to do one variety of main crop next year. Whether that be Cara or whether that be something else, time will tell. But anyway, these are all the ideas that are spinning around in my head at the moment. And instead of having them all spinning around in my head, I like to get them down on paper. So I have a notebook where I make notes, obviously, and then I open up that notebook once a week and transpose the notes that I've made into a spreadsheet for what I'm going to grow next year. I'll talk about that spreadsheet in a couple of months' time because I find it a really good planning tool as well. So anyway, look, that's been rather long today. Apologies for that. But hopefully that will get you thinking about what you want to grow next year. And of course, I haven't even touched on flowers. This year, I knew that I wanted to do more flowers, and I have achieved that. But next year, I want to do even more flowers. So, yeah, let's talk about that another day. See you soon. Bye. Good day. As I was putting those pallets in there the other day, oh, look at that young robin. Oh, hello, young robin. Oh, wow, look. Oh, bless. Hey, hello. Oh, what sweet noises. Oh, dearie me. Oh, look at him. Or her. Gosh. Bless. Are you happy there? Oh, what beautiful noise. I don't know if you can hear it. Oh, well, yeah, this is our wildlife area. Well, the whole plot is. Sorry, as I was doing this area the other day, I came across another washing up bowl. So, as I need to propagate some more plants for the ponds we're going to be doing, I thought I would move the bowl and bring it over here and pop it next to the bowl that we've got in the ground. So what I've done is yesterday I put this bit of wood in and this brick to hold the wood down, and as you can see, it's actually acting as a landing bay for bees and wasps and other creatures to go in there and drink, because obviously that wood is now sopping wet. But anyway, gosh, that robin. Back to what I was saying. In here, the weed we put in a couple of months ago has really grown. I mean, significantly grown. And I'm going to need more weed for the ponds that we're going to be doing. So what I've decided is to take some of the weed out of here and put it into there, and then I will top that up completely. That's effectively a way of propagating the pond plants in here. Let me get on with that now. Right, I have literally taken some pondweed from here, broken it up, because it grows in sort of strands. Can I show you this one? That's sort of like a strand. So I've broken some off at the bottom and then placed it in this bowl, and I've topped both of these bowls up now with water, and it's water that I've had in my watering can for, well, actually since yesterday morning, so that's about 30 hours, and that's great. So that's going to give us additional pond plants, which is brilliant. I might actually, when we're doing the other ponds, I might bury this bowl here as well and have 2 bowls instead of 1. That may be a really, sorry, there's the iris in the way, a really cheap and efficient way of just doubling the water area here. Anyway, let's come back. There's another, oh, it's just flown away. But yes, that's where the wasp was using it as a landing pad, basically, to drink. Okay, see you soon. Bye. Good day. I know I said I wasn't going to do elephant garlic again, but as I have these bulbils, which were on the side of the elephant garlic when I harvested it, I've decided to plant those up. So I've put compost into these module trays, which I'm not sure whether that's the right thing to do or not, but that's what I'm doing. I'm only using the number of cells that I have bulbils, and now I'm going to literally take these, make sure it's pointy side up. I'm not sure if you can see that. Pointy side up, not that side up, but pointy side, and press down. Oh, wrong one. Yeah, make sure it's the right way up. Oh, look who I've been joined by again. My little adopted robin. Bless. Anyway, back to the elephant garlic. So I'm going to plant the rest of these into here, and then I'll be back to you. So those are all planted up now. I'm just going to top up with compost. Pat it down, make sure, as with seeds, everything is connected. So the little bulbils are completely wrapped in soil. Just smoothing that top off, taking that excess off. And there we are. That's my elephant garlic bulbils, or bulbils. Is it bulbils? Is it bulbils? Yes, bulbils. Planted. I'm going to give them a really good water now, and we'll see what happens. See you soon. Bye. Good day. Welcome to, there was a lovely breeze came in the shed then. That was lovely. Oh gosh, it is warm out there, but nothing compared to what it's going to be apparently over the next few days, tomorrow in particular. So many of you may know that we had a really hot day on Friday of last week. It's now Thursday, and tomorrow we're due another really, really hot day. So I have spent about 2 hours watering with a hose. We're very lucky on our site. We're allowed hoses. We don't have dip tubs to take our watering cans to. Well, actually, we do have them. We have troughs that we can fill with water. We can dip our watering cans and go and water, but we also have hoses or taps that we can attach hoses to, which is fantastic. So today I have given everything a really, really good drench, and I do mean a really good drench. Whilst I've been watering, I noticed something that made me really happy. I'm just going to show you that now. Look at these. They are our rocket potatoes that we put in, the ones that were a cross between something a cat might leave behind and an old man's wares. They were rather tired and rather shriveled potatoes, but they had good chits on them, and the chits are all coming through. I think that's a week, maybe even a week to the day, maybe under a week. But yeah, I'm really pleased with the fact these have come through. I'm going to let them get about another maybe 2-3 inches tall. Well, not another, I'll let them get 2 to 3 inches tall and then top up with compost. But really pleased with that. Oh, look at them. What a joy. If you can hear some trickling in the background, I'm giving our apple tree a really good water. It's so dry up here. So dry. And look at the grass. I've never known it this dry. Even when we had the drought in the 2 years ago, what was that, 2018, it wasn't this dry. Really don't know why. Anyway, that's rather a nice sound, that trickling water. I'll leave you with that. Bye. Good day. I'm sitting in the shade, as you can see. I've got a lovely dappled look today. I'm also completely unshaven. I wasn't going to do a to camera today, so I haven't shaved. Not that I always shave anyway. But it's so hot already. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning and it's already touched 30 degrees. We're going to be around 36 today, possibly 37. That's the forecast, and I've just had weather warnings for thunderstorms, which I hope we do get, because hopefully that will bring rain. Even though I watered significantly yesterday, I'm going to be watering my tomatoes, my brassicas, and then particularly the squash and the courgettes again today. Everything else will be absolutely fine. But when I came down this morning, I had such a surprise when I got to my shed, because on the table was a parcel, and it said Richard and Paul. It said an allotment by the Fox, which is the pub. It had the area that we live in, and it also said West London, and that was it. And well, first of all, I thought, how is this on the table? But I now know that another plot holder put this on my table because they came to tell me. So something that has been rather cleverly, I think, addressed, arrived, and it contains pond liner. I'm flabbergasted, and also this is sort of like a felt thing that you put between the pond liner and the ground to make sure that no stones puncture your pond liner. So I'm astonished. It's a 3 meter by 2.5 meter pond liner and a 2 meter by 4 meter sheet of this fabric, and I'm gobsmacked. So whoever sent, and there's no message or anything with it either. So thank you so much to whoever sent this to us. Very well done for getting it to us in the way that you did as well. That's great. I'm sort of, the kindness of strangers. It never fails to amaze me. It really doesn't. And this is fabulous. I mean, it really is. It's certainly going to be enough to do the pond underneath the ceanothus. So that's great. There is possibly a pre-formed pond that might fit there that I might be getting back as well. So I could use this in another area, because I am thinking now about doing a pond further down, because of the frogs that have just materialized in those sort of pockets of rather rancid water on the vinyl at the bottom. I have now decided, oh no, what I could do is I could use it to line the water barrel as well, because that water barrel is not watertight in any way and it's very old. But what I could do is I could use this to line the water barrel, because what I have decided is I want to put this water barrel at the front of the I need to get it right, artichoke down there. I haven't called it an asparagus this time. I've called it an artichoke. So I might use this liner to do that. That would be good as well. I'm gobsmacked. Whoever sent it, thank you so much, and do let us know. Please do let us know. Drop us an email to r&p@richardandpaul.com and let us know that you've sent this to us, because I really would like to thank you personally as well. I'm gobsmacked in a number of different ways. So I'm going to put this carefully in the shed. I think it's going to go into this shed now, and I'm going to get on and water, because that is the job that I have to do today. Gosh, I'm just so excited. I've got so excited by ponds. I'm now following something on Facebook, a wildlife ponds group, and that's really quite interesting as well, of how to do things and how not to do things. And I did contribute the other day, because somebody said a washing up bowl is a waste of time to do, and I sort of went on saying, no, this is my washing up bowl, and actually it's inspired me to do an awful lot more, and it has so much life in it. Fenella was drinking from it yesterday, so it's not only a cat drinking bowl, it's also a fox drinking bowl. And even though I've put a bath of water out especially for that robin, the robin was also having a bath in the washing up bowl pond yesterday as well. So you know what, it's so great to add these little pockets of water to our plots, because it really does make such a difference to wildlife. And interestingly, I saw a huge slug as well in it. I think it was going for a cooling dip and then sort of came back out. I did watch it for 3 minutes, and it sort of went into the water and then it came back out of the water and went away. And I did pick it up and I put it into our wildlife area just at the back here. I'm sure it will make its way back around for another bath soon. Anyway, I'll stop waffling on. See you soon. Bye. This is a mint that we have. And when we talk of pollinators, we very often talk about bees. But on here, I'm not sure if you can see, there are an awful lot of flies. Flies are really valuable pollinators as well as bees, and we shouldn't forget that. We don't want them in our houses, or most of us don't, but flies are really, really good pollinators. I mean, it's just covered. There's a lot of bees on here, but it's covered in flies. And there was a tiny, oh look, can you see that tiny butterfly in the middle? That's about as big as my, in fact it's smaller than my thumbnail. But yeah, there's so many flies and bees and other insects on here. So when we do think of pollinators, let's not just think of bees, though they are really important to us. Let's also remember everything else that pollinates as well. Bye. Good day. I popped in to see a neighbour in her garden on my way to the allotment, and she was getting rid of these 2 bits of trellis. One is pretty sturdy wood and the other is sort of wicker. So I thought, as she didn't want them anymore, I would bring them down here, because I'm sure I can find a use for them somewhere. It also got me thinking about this frame, sort of little pergola, because over the years it's had little attention, and I do want to grow a blackcurrant up it. Needs a bit of a weed, but that is the blackcurrant in the ground that I want to grow up this frame. But the frame itself, I'll just show you, is pretty rickety. I'm going to, you can see down at the bottom, somebody has put in this bit of wood to try and steady, and also another bit of wood over there to try and steady it. In fact, I think all, well, 3 corners. But that is another job that I want to do. You can see the sort of jaunty angle it's at. So that's something I need to remedy. I think what I need to do is get some posts and bang them in like this. These pieces of wood have been banged in, but the posts need to be longer, maybe 1.5 meter posts banged into the ground to steady it up. And then if we can steady that up, then I don't know. I think that one needs to, it's on a spike. I think that one needs to come out and just be straightened up. So I'm sort of making a list of winter jobs now that need to be done. And this is one of those jobs, because I think banging into the ground at the moment when it's parched is going to be quite difficult. Yeah. So pleased to get those bits of trellis over there. I'm going to put them into a dry place behind the polytunnel and think about how I'm going to straighten these up. Okay, see you soon. Obviously, if you've got any ideas on how I should do this, let me know. Bye.